Hey, everybody, we're live. Happy Friday to everybody. It's your old pal, the Dreamer. We're back with another epic quality conversation about music, inspiration, and the things that make bands do what they do and write the music that they write. Today on Hanging with the Dreamer, I have the special pleasure to have Rolo, the keyboardist from Arge, and we're going to bring him on right now. So, everybody, come on in, say hi on the chat, and introduce yourself. And if you have a question for Rolo, please ask it in the chat, and I will make sure to ask him. I'd like everybody to meet from the band Arge, the keyboard player, keyboardist extraordinaire, Rolo. Welcome to the show, Rolo. There you are. How you doing, Rolo?
Hey, hi
How's it
Will, how
going?
you doing? Hi
I'm
everyone.
doing great. How are you,
Thank you
Rolo?
so
How are
much for
you doing?
having me. Oh, that's fantastic. It's going good.
Happy. Well, thank you for being here today, Rolo. So let's
Thank you.
jump
Thank
right
you.
into it. I don't want to waste any time. We already have people watching, and I don't want to
Absolutely.
waste any time. This is all about our head,
Awesome.
and this is all about you, and this is all about all the rest of the people and musicians in this band. Now, I'm a big fan of your music, and I've been listening to
Awesome.
your music, the music of Arge,
Wow, thank you.
for about a week now, and I'm really a fan. So you do have a new fan
Okay.
here in the United States in California.
Thank you.
So, so Roldo, tell me and tell the world
Very invited.
what is Arge all about? What does Arge mean? And what is the idea behind the songwriting techniques and performing techniques of Arge?
Okay. Well, that's a very interesting question. A very comprehensive question because there's a lot of things. So thanks. This for the question again. So it's a very interesting concept as we see it because arche in the beginning it comes from the Greek roots, right? It's a word that means the beginning, right? So for us that's very meaningful, right?
Mm,
It's something that means a lot, right? And the way we try to place that into our music, into our delivery, for the audience, for the fans, for ourselves, is to think of a beginning of knowledge, the beginning on a different way of thinking, the beginning of evolution, right? Intellectual evolution, right? We are here plants in, and we think that we are beings that need to constantly evolve, right? In so for us, I think that's part of the roots, right? That the concept, the lyrics on our songs, the way we build our things, our performance, and so go around that, right? To invite people to see things in a different way. Think out of the box, and think more critically, perhaps, and in a very evolving way. I mean, I'm repeating a lot of this word because it means a lot to us, right? So that
that's
was pretty
good.
much the concept. In terms of the actual music, we are big fans of. Oh, actually, our started in the '90s, late 90s, right? So there was our influences were, but the classic bands, right? For metal, for speed metal, or the classic shit. But there was a metal. It was coming, or it was powerful at the time. Mexico was a different thing. Things are normally take a little longer to get here. Right. So progressive metal, or the bands of the like, but it wasn't that popular, right? And so we always thought the music should have also this evolution, right? That it was not the classical way. Add this extra component, right, to make a little our music a little bit complex or a little bit more detailed, with other resources from the music. I mean, not the classical, measures, measures to explore with different sound, explore with different. So that's why we liked the metal prog kind
Well, that's
of.
interesting to be able to
Uh,
express.
it was how just a classic metal. When we come up with all
Mhm.
these crazy things and so to some of the people, right, it was a little bit different of what happened at the moment, right, in Mexico. So that was our main proposal, right, and we started, like I said, in the late 90s. So there were three members of the band. There was Juan, which is Raúl, and Octavio. They were drums and bass at the time. They're no longer in the lineup. Founded the band, and from there we have had several changes now. So at the moment nowadays we're six players, additional band of players now, and Juan and Eduardo both are leads, and well, the bass with Ivan, Mikel, in drums now. So I would say that because Juan, Mikel, and I like the old guys of the band, and we have Charles, Ivan, and Eduardo. They are younger. they are so little, and the new generations, right? With all the digital tools, all the social media, and all that. And we come from the very old school where the recording in a it's a nice because I can I can say. So and so going back to your question, I think yeah, I mean that's pretty much what we are. We came up with a very we also our first record. It's called Apoteosis record, and we also, I mean, we're talking about we record with all the implications,
You you
of a
keep
record
it.
company. With things you cannot say, things you cannot do. You have a proposal, but it has in the end it is changed.
Mm, yeah.
So I would say basically 100% us, right? In music, in our production, in the delivery. So that's a big
Rolo,
difference, right?
your video keeps
So
freezing.
are we okay? I think we have a
Just keep just keep talking. I can hear your voice, but your video keeps freezing.
here. Okay.
So how How long have you been playing keyboards with Arge?
So I don't know if you think there's you want me to elaborate.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Oh, sure, no problem. How long have you been playing keyboards with Arge?
No, this communication is breaking, unfortunately.
Well, we'll make the best out of it. How how long have you been
Oh,
playing keyboards?
I'm you're breaking. I'm sorry.
Can you hear
I
my
hear you.
voice now?
Yeah, I've been playing that with our hair.
Yeah, how long have you been playing keyboards?
I can hear that. I heard. I've been playing with our head. Started into keyboards. Keyboards. Wow. That's started big monster with two keyboards and pedals. Like those all ones in the church. I started playing that thing when I was 8, right? So then yeah, I was just playing music for my family. The classic music and all those things. And like the synthesizer keyboard 15 perhaps. I played the bass actually for some time as well because yeah, that's a funny reason. Basically, I couldn't afford a keyboard, but I could afford bass for a while. And then when I managed to get a keyboard, so I took that. I think it was around 15, 18, more or less. And then since then, I've been playing in different bands. But in 2000, it's been a long time.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, what kind of gear do you use? What kind of keyboard equipment do you have? What do you use live? Well, we lost our hay. I mean, we lost Roll from our hay. So while I wait for Rolla to come back, I just want to share with everybody that once a month I have a brand new show called the Dreaming Guitar Show. And it's a hangout, it's a chill hangout for all of us guitar players. Come and hang out, meet, and fellowship, and brotherhood, and share some guitars, share some gear, share some music, share some history behind our guitars and gear and our music. Everybody check it out. It's called the Dreaming Guitarist Show. So Rolo, how are you doing? Can you hear me okay, Rolo? I can't hear you. And you well, we're having some connection problems, folks. Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay, Rolo? Oh, Rolo's freezing. Can't, I can't hear you, Rolo. Can you hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Happy Friday. We're having some serious connection issues, and I apologize. I have no way of fixing them. Please understand. Can you hear me okay, Roland? Can you hear me okay, Roland? Wave your hand if you can hear me okay. Hey, thank you for the hearts. You can hear me okay? Okay, let's try this again. We have a heart already. Somebody already gave us a heart, and somebody's watching right now. So tell me, how where does Arge want to play? What are the venues that Arge really wants to play? Okay, I can't hear your voice. Oh, I know, baby, that's out of my control. Well, I lost Rolo again. So we're about we're about almost 20 minutes in. There's my wife. We can't hear him. No, I can't hear him either. So thanks, baby. I love you. So let's wait for more people to get here, and I can share some news and share some updates on the dreamer's life and what I have planned for the rest of the summer. Oh, Rolo's back. Hey, Rolo, can you hear me? Okay.
I will. I'm back.
Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Welcome
Ah, I
back.
can hear you. Okay,
Hey,
now I can.
okay, cool.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
nah, it's not your, yeah, it's not
Apologies.
your,
This thing is not working.
no, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's no one's fault. I had this problem yesterday on my other show. So
Oh, really? Okay.
it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Just weak Wi-Fi, weak internet. Um, so tell me,
Yeah.
where, where are some of the where are some of the places that Arhe would like to play?
Yeah, I heard that question before, but you didn't listen to what I was saying. But
I couldn't hear you.
so we had a conversation. You can hear me now or not?
I can hear you
Hear
now.
me?
Yeah.
Good, good. So we have had that conversation several times, here in the band, and we are very we like this particular German festival called Wacken. I think that for us it's like a must, right? And
Well, I can, well, yeah.
personally, and yeah, Wacken, yeah, that's great. That's a great
Hi,
festival.
Tony.
We also thought that yeah, it's Tony. Hi, Tony. Nice to meet you. Of course, like big venues that will be, I mean, it's like a dream, but still, why not? Wembley, that will be fantastic, right?
Oh, Wembley. Yeah. O2 Arena.
So Japan, yeah,
Budokan.
Japan, that's definitely, yeah, Budokan, that definitely a place. And in general, I mean, we in the past, actually, many years ago, we had some content from Koreans and Japanese that they were listening to our music, so they liked it. For us, that was something huge. And there was no social media, there was no internet, and nothing. I mean, it was just a simple chats. You know, it was fun. And of course, in Mexico, there are still several big important events, metal events, and like Metal Fest, or there was a big one here. It's called Hell in Heaven. Big venues and big concerts and important here in Mexico. Rock in Rio. I personally would love to play there. You know,
Yes.
so yeah. But I think in Europe, I think will be like a nice, yeah, a nice place to play. There was this debate, right? Because our lyrics are in Spanish, so it's like sometimes we're for English speaking countries not that easy. We're more targeting perhaps in Latin America, where in Spanish. But now a lot of people are listening to music in different language. Even you struggle to listen and to understand it the first time, but there's Google Translate there. If you want to check the lyrics or things like that. So and actually, I'm curious about you. For example, when you listen to our music in Spanish, I
Oh,
mean, I guess you listen
absolutely.
to the music, or yeah,
Yeah.
that's a question. And then what
Yeah.
about the lyric? I mean, did you follow the lyrics, or you translate
Yeah.
them, or
Yeah. I
what?
follow.
I'm curious. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's all right. I do follow lyrics. I follow the whole thing. Basically, with me as a music lover and as a fan, first and foremost, before anything else, I'm a fan. And I've always been a fan because music makes me feel
Thank
good.
you.
And you guys, Arge makes me feel good.
Awesome.
The music of Arge makes me feel good. And the thing that I really like about the music of
Awesome.
Arge is that you can put it on and you could just lean back and close your eyes and the music just draws you in. And whether you understand the words or not,
Awesome, man.
it just draws you in, and it soothes your soul, it soothes your heart. If you have a troubled mind, you put on the music of our head, and it just t- takes stress
That's
and
lovely. That's lovely to hear. I really, really.
takes the day's problems
Just,
away. It's awesome. Music's power, music's magic, and
awesome, man.
music is
You just
powerful.
made my day. I mean, I never heard a comment like that.
Well, it's true.
You just made
It's
my
true.
day.
You can hear the sincerity. You can
Right.
hear it. You can hear that Arhe believes in what
Hey,
they play. Arhe believes in what they write. Arhe believes in what the message is that they're trying to get out. And if the music can
that's awesome to
inspire,
hear.
if the music can inspire somebody to get a dictionary, go to Google, do a Google Translate, get the lyrics, put it in a Google Translate to translate it from Spanish to English, and then listen to the music again and read the translation. It it's powerful, very powerful magic. Music is
It
magic,
is.
and it's
It is.
universal. You know,
It
it's
is. It is. It is
universal.
true. It's true.
You know,
Yeah.
and
I
that's the beautiful thing
I
about music.
completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
And that's why I started my two shows
Yeah. Right.
because it's real. It's as real and as powerful and as soothing and makes you just want to cry and makes you smile and makes you shake your leg and move your hands and it
Wow.
it the the the
That's
the
great.
the, the universe of music is it's endless and it the beyond the sky is the limit with it because there's no bounds, there's no limits on creativity other than the limits that us as the artists
Mm-hmm.
put on ourselves. And forget the business side of
That's
it.
true.
It's
Very true.
put the business side over here. It's all about the actual art of getting out a piece of paper and getting a pen or typing, on the computer, Microsoft Word or what have you. And the creation process
Yeah.
is probably the most important part of the whole thing. At least, and for bands that experience it, I hear it in their music.
Completely.
You know, like I was watching a video last night,
Great.
of Arge's videos last night, and then I went and I looked up. I think it was the Go
Oh,
Go's,
really?
and I looked up uh, the Bangles, and I was listening. Oh, and I looked up Tears for Fears, right? And I was listening to watching some of their videos. The music speaks to you. If you're listening, music speaks to you. And Arge has that. Arge has the music inside down in their heart and their soul, at you and everybody in the band, inside your heart and your soul, to make that happen. And the music is sincere. And that's why it affects me. That's why I listen to it. That's why I tell people, check this band out, you know. And I normally have bands on my show, on this show, Hanging with the Dreamer. I'll say the same thing because they have that same heart. They have that same power. They have that same magic in their soul. Well, Arge has it too. And you can hear it. If you're listening, if your musical mind and your musical heart and your musical soul is listening and open to it, you can feel it and you can sense it. And you know you're listening to the real deal. Arge is the real deal, my friend. Can you can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, Rolo?
Struggling with, but
Your audio keeps cutting out. So everybody who's watching right now, thank you for coming here. Thank you for watching today. My guest Rolo. Thank you for Rolo for Arge. If you
hey,
have a question, if you have a question for Arge, please feel free to write it in the chat. And if you're new to the show, please feel free to say hi, introduce yourself, let me know if you've ever heard the music
I'm
of
not listening
Arge.
to you.
So in the effort to keep
Can
things
you hear me again?
uh, kind of you keep fading in and out, Rolo.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Very well. It's just broken pieces. Apologies again.
Oh, that's okay. This happens all the time.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you
Yeah.
now.
Too bad. Okay.
So
I think we're back. I think we're back.
so
So sorry. I missed. this past 2 minutes. But before you go on, I just wanted to thank you so much for those very kind words, man. This is the first time that I hear something like that, something that emotional, that very deep. That our music also has make you feel. Those amazing, really this is great to hear. You're just boosting our ego so high, right? So thanks for sharing that. That's very kind from you to mention that. That means that we're doing something good, right? So thanks for sharing that. So that's what I wanted to share when I broke in the conversation. So I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So, would you like to tell the chat room and the people that are watching right now, Bolo, about the gear that you use, the keyboard gear that you use in the studio and in live?
Wow, that's a good question. Um, uh, it has been really fun. My oh, sorry. The way I've been using my gear, because when I started, and let's go back to the comment I said before. One of the first keyboards that I managed to afford was a Yamaha, right?
Mm.
So a simple Yamaha, yeah, nothing sophisticated. I can't remember the model of that, but it was very simple, right? So the first record, Apoteosis, for that was recorded with Yamaha, right? And then I very much, it was fantastic for playing live, but it was a little bit bigger. It was like a monstrous kind of thing. So I decided to go out with something a little bit more sophisticated. Then I moved Titan, a core Titan, you know, and that was actually like 15 years ago. So basically, every time I've been playing live, I still use that Triton. Actually, a few weeks back, I just posted in my in my Facebook page that I was actually having a deep cleaning of the Triton because it's so old, so old. I mean, I know the other keyboardists look at me like, really? You're still playing with that piece of junk? Like, still, I love it. I mean, I really like. It's very old, of course,
That's awesome.
very old, and the sounds, I really like that. So yeah. So yeah. I mean, and yeah. Sometimes I could be ashamed. They're like, I'm still playing with that very old thing, but it works pretty well, right?
Uh,
And I also use play for playing live. Actually, I follow a tutorial for Jordan Drudas, right? Because he uses like three different pedals. I use for sustain, okay, one for volume, for expression, especially because there are some solos that I normally play with it, and there's a foot switch, because the songs, even in the songs, that they have different rhythms, right, different sounds. So there are some songs that I could go all the way to 12 different sounds. So in order to switch with the button, with the hand, I foot switch, to change the some of the sounds, right? Then, Kurt, I also use the Triton for most of it. But then I got another core, but that was an M3, and I liked it very much. But that's even bigger, and really heavy stuff. And but the sounds are really cool, right? So for the second record, Illuminación, most of the parts I recorded with the Triton, but some arrangements were done basically. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I use the computer. I use some of the banks or the instruments, digital instruments, in the computer, but not for enough of the records. I mean, it was the actual sounds of the keyboard. So that was what I like, because here's another thing that I like to work with the computer, but I don't want the computer, you know, because yeah, in that sense I'm old school, I like the computer, but no, it's me playing. Everything you hear, it's me playing. I promise.
Yeah,
I hate,
but
having all the sequences, and I know a lot of people will hate me for that, right? I personally don't agree with those bands, and apologies for all the friends that do that. But it's true. I really don't like playing with sequences or looking to a machine or hearing sounds that no one else is playing but a machine. I'm sorry, but it's not what I like. That's not real rock, real metal, you know.
let me let me
So
say
yeah, what I play is what you hear, right?
let me say something about the job of performing, the job of doing what I do, or the job of doing what you do. We're salesmen, and we have to sell what we're doing. If we don't believe in what we're doing, if we're not happy with what we're doing, how is anybody else going to believe in us? How's anybody else going to want to buy us? How is anybody else going to want to sponsor if we don't believe in what we're doing? If we don't believe with
That's
all
right.
our hearts and our soul that what we're doing is real and we stand to that faith and keep marching forward, how's anybody else going to believe it? So at this point, it really doesn't
That's
matter
true.
what other people might say to you. Oh, your
Yeah,
gear's
yeah.
big.
I follow you.
I've seen musicians. I grew up with musicians that could take $100 pawn shop guitar, do some work on it, refinish the fretboard, refinish the body, carve, take a razor and carve some full binding, try and make it look nice, try to make it look like it's actually might looks like an instrument that might play decent, and put some new tuners on there,
Yeah,
put a little money into it, put their favorite gauge strings on there, clip the ends, tune up, stretch out the strings, and wouldn't you know it, a cheap $100 low level and sold to a beginner type of instrument actually sounds pretty believable. And it actually sounds pretty believable and real. It doesn't
yeah,
matter what kind of gear. Everybody gets hung up on gotta have this gear, gotta have that gear, gotta have the $4,000 custom amps, gotta have the $10,000 custom guitars, gotta have this, gotta have it. Music doesn't come from what you have. Music comes from your heart, and music comes from your soul. Music is a gift that's given to us. And it's up to us to bring that music out. It's up to us to deliver that. It's up to these right here to deliver that, because the music's here in the heart. And as long as you're playing what's true in your heart, it will affect this other people the same way that it affects me. Don't worry about what other people might say to you about your gear or about all this stuff, because at the end of the day, it's all about the music, my friend, not what we're playing it on. You know, so keep doing what you're doing because it's
yeah,
working.
yeah. I completely agree with you. And yeah, And of course, I hope that some people from Korg are listening to this because I'm a big fan of Korg keyboards, and and because I do want a Kronos, right? I just trying to get one of those, right? Because I love those keyboards. My wife, she knows that I want one for my birthday. Okay, so I hope I can get it.
Hey, thank you, Mike.
So yeah,
Check out, check out, check not to interrupt you,
what was
but
on?
Bolo, read what Just Mike is saying. We all start out with less than stellar gear. It's part of the process. Growing pains. That's it right there. It's part of the process. Thanks, Mike. It's part of the
Yeah,
process. It's part of the
it
process.
is.
You
Yeah,
know,
thanks for the comment.
just yesterday on my other show, the Dreaming Guitarist
Yeah,
show, I had a musician on, and I was showing him my guitar gear, and he was showing me his gear, right? And he showed me a guitar that he made by hand, right? And I mean, and he told the story behind it. It told the story behind it, right? The story behind this guitar was he wanted to look like it came off of the side of a barn, right? He custom made this thing himself. It's one of a kind. And he told me yesterday on the Dreaming Guitarist show that it's one of the best sounding and easiest playing guitars that he has. And he has like 25 guitars ranging in different qualities. But the one that he made by hand was his best playing and sounding instrument that he owned.
yeah. You have Brian May for that. That's a perfect example, right?
You know,
I mean,
I've got a guitar sitting here right beside me that I handcrafted myself, and and I didn't make the whole thing, but I did the finishing on it, and I
awesome.
added my own touch to it. I guarantee you, no matter what kind of money is spent at the Gibson custom shop, there is not another Gibson Les Paul that looks like mine, you know, and that makes it one of a kind. Some pro players might look at it and go,
Of course,
"What's that?" But in their
one of
minds
a
and
kind.
hearts, they know that it's one of a kind. They know it is. So that makes it extremely rare and extremely special.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, your keyboards are the same.
Yes.
You're an innovator, my friend. And your keyboards,
Yeah.
your
Oh yeah.
your your old keyboard that people look at and go, you know, sell this stupid crap. Your keyboard is priceless, and and the people, the people that say that put
That's true.
down your favorite keyboard will never have one like it, and they will never be able to say that they have an original. They have one of a kind. They have a rare instrument.
That's very true.
They'll just say, okay, well, my music's gonna hit, so I'll go spend $20,000 on a custom keyboard. That's what they got going on in the back of their heads. Because I know people like that. I used to be like that. No offense to anybody, but I'm just saying, from the musician
Hmm.
standpoint,
Oh,
the musician standpoint, people know quality when they see it, and it doesn't have to come with a heavy price tag to have quality. I have Can you hear me okay, Rolla?
That's true.
Check check it out, Rolla. I have two custom guitars sitting beside me, and if you were to look at them, you would swear up and down, up and down. They're $5,000 each. You would. Everybody always says like, "How much did you pay for that?" No, that's not real. Come on, that's impossible. I'll say, here's a website, check it out yourself. People cannot believe it. The two custom guitars I have beside me right now, altogether cost less than a low grade Fender Strat, a beginning Fender Strat. People don't believe me when I show them what I have and I tell them about it. But you know what? If anybody doesn't believe me, I can give you the website myself. You can see for yourself. You won't believe what you're looking at. And it's all made in the USA. So, you know what? Don't
Right?
worry about what people say as far as gear goes. That's not what creates the music. It's this
No, I don't. I don't. I don't.
that creates the music.
Actually, I have.
It's this.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, I have this anecdote because I normally like to have that keyboard in a very good condition as much as possible. So I take it to Ignacio Nacho. He's actually the guy who's always doing helping me to do the maintenance and the cleaning and keep the keys in shapes and the sensors and all those things. It's been 15 years, so I mean that keyboard has seen it all. It has been you know beer hits, you name it.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I actually like to say hello to Nacho because he's been doing a great job keeping that little baby in good shape. So yeah,
Why not?
it's we talk about
It's
that
awesome.
the stories because not a lot of keyboard players keep the old the old keyboards. No? Well, of course, organs and blues players and jazz players. They of course they have these Hammonds and very old stuff. But normally in metal, I see that. I think the trend is like all the keyboards are having the new models and the new gadgets and all that. So
My
I'm old school, I guess.
my friend Sandra is here. Hi, Sandra. How you doing? Thanks for being here today. Awesome. And there's Sandra
I don't.
saying hi to Fruitcake Tony, saying hi to Just Mike. Check out, check out. I just saw this comment. I missed it earlier. Check out what Just Mike said. Brian May, yes. He goes, EVH, lots of musicians build their own instruments. You know what? It's true. It's very true. Will
Yeah,
Keaton, all the rock
and I was watching again. I think it was a documentary about Brian May and
Hi,
his
Sandra.
staff. They need to make sure because he doesn't use these picks. He uses like pennies.
Mhm.
These
Oh,
coins,
yes.
particularly like the 10p coins or something like that, and they need to get those particular coins as picks. So that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's the sixpence, the English sixpence, and that's what he uses for a guitar pick. That's what you're talking about, right?
Mm,
Well, that you know what? It
I
really is
mean,
all about the
it's very
music.
encouraging. So
Let's see.
I think the third record we're working our record. We have already some very good ideas. The old Triton needs to be there. Yeah.
So what what is the recording process for Arge? Rolo, can you share with everybody who's watching, everybody in the chat, and everybody who's going to watch this on the replay?
That's good.
What it what is the
Absolutely.
recording process
Uh,
for Arge?
I think I need to go back to some of the history about the way we did it, right? In for the first record, I just mentioned that we were with Metropolis Records here, right? So it was again the old studio tapes, that you have studio hours. So basically, they told you have can't remember how many hours, but it was like 2 days. I think it was 2 days to record the full thing, right? So everything was like in a complete
Okay.
rush, right? So everyone is like, okay, you cannot make mistakes, and you won't have many takes to just rehearse like mad, right? So we had 2 days. That's the first record, and that was the old the tape. Then yeah, that was a long story because there was from 2005 when we started in the thinking of the record until 2017 approximately. So it was like of the development of that record. There's up and downs, because of the band, because of the members, they line up, etc. So it's a really recorded, but so that record had different stages. It has actually we had some samples and we got some demos actually recorded in a tape recorder, just playing, pushing the rec button, and to record some ideas in the very old days in 2005 more or less, and until we have the full digital production if you, I think it was in Logic. So that recording demos, and so you have different versions and all that. But in the end, we set up a company, so we became independent. And Salvador, one of our guitar player, unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. He actually recording the second record, Illuminación, right? So he had a lot of good knowledge in digital recording. So he was in charge of recording. I think it was six songs from that record were fully recorded by him digitally. We use Logic for that recording and other tools for that. And actually, by the way, and greetings to Andres. Andres was the engineer in recording in Allery Records. So, by the way, guys in Mexico, if you want to record your record, go to Allery Records with Andres. He's a top guy with recording, and he was behind that. He's got this great studio, and so a lot of the recording, the drums, and well, basically everything was recorded there. And like I said, resources and different kinds of that recording. And for the last four songs of the album called went to Behind the Masks. By the way, greetings to those guys, to Gian and
Absolutely.
Behind the Mask Records. And those guys did a great job, and I appreciate that. To finish this second album, and they did it digitally as well. They are very good working on Pro Tools. So in the record you might see some differences perhaps in the way that they were recorded, but still it was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And now they light up, like I just mentioned before. I mean, we have young people now in the band. So those guys were born with computers. So
Happy
everything
Friday,
they do
Stephen. Thank you.
is and
Thank you, Stephen.
yeah, yeah. So lately, what we're doing to work with these guys on getting the songs ready for the shows and getting the new things, what we're doing is we are all working on Guitar Pro, right? So we are writing ideas and we are building those ideas in Guitar Pro. So we share that to the rest of the band because of lockdown as well. We couldn't meet electronically, so we prepare and we put our parts in there. And I'm kind of doing some kind of mixing myself on Logic to put all the parts together and have like a dummy, right? Yeah, that's basically what we're doing now. And eventually, we still need to figure out how the recording will be for the actual, but the new material, new album. That's the way we're doing so far. Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting process. Thank you, Rolo.
So what do you think?
That's great. That's great. If that's the process that works for our head to get the to get your music out there, that's perfect. Keep doing it because it's working. It's working. It worked on me last night. Been
That's great.
working on me for over almost 2 weeks now. I've been listening to you guys for a little bit, and the music is powerful, and I enjoy listening to it to where I keep going back and want to listen some more. It's great. It's great. And please just keep doing it. Don't stop. Do not stop because if you stop, you're robbing yourself, you're cheating yourself out of a gift, out of a blessing that's been bestowed and given on you. Keep going. Keep going because not everybody gets this gift. Not everybody has the talent. Not
Yeah.
everybody is able to do this as well as Jorge. I know some real great musicians, and they're all great, and they're all
Okay.
talented, and they're all fantastic. And I'm thankful that I know them, and I'm thankful that some of them are actually my friends. And I need, I appreciate their music as well. But there's just something
Thank
about
you.
the music of Arge that will just captivate you and will you'll want to listen to it. It makes you feel good inside. It makes you feel good inside your heart and your soul. Well,
That's
looks like just Mike's
great.
taking off. Hey, thanks. Thanks for stopping by, just Mike. It's good to see you.
And I have a question
Hey,
for you, by the way.
yeah,
Do you remember? No, I was going to say, do you remember maybe one of the songs or
yeah,
that it caught your attention,
yeah.
or
I'll tell
it's
you right now.
just overall?
Freebie, the song Freebie. And the video clip on YouTube from
Super.
Holocaust. That's really good.
Oh, Holocaust. That's a nice one. Yeah,
And Mixed Feelings. That's another really good one.
yeah.
You
That's
guys
a like. That's
got
a
it?
nice one.
Vampiral's real good too. You already got it.
Ah, yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Everybody, check out the links down in the description box below, and check out
Yeah, those are good times. Yeah.
support this band, support Arge, because what they're doing is very hard to do. What I'm doing is very hard to do. And let me tell you something, it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication to be able to do what we do. It takes a long time, and you just got to be patient and keep pushing on. Support the band, support our hey. You know, follow all the links down the description box below.
Thank you.
Support this band, because I do. This show does. I love our hey. I love this band. So that that looks like about
Thank
that
you.
looks like
Much
about
appreciated. Well,
that's okay. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. It's all good. Everybody, that's about it for hanging with the dreamer today. I'd like to thank my awesome guest Rolo for coming on the show today. And despite all the audio and video Wi-Fi dropouts, and I hope you come back, Rolo. I hope the rest of the band can come back with you. I would love to talk to you again. And don't and everybody in the chat,
absolutely. For
everybody who's watching right now. Next week,
yeah.
I
Thank you
just
everyone
want to
for
say,
tuning.
yeah, that's it. And I just want to tell everybody next week I've got Post Profit coming on, and they're getting ready to play a big festival in Texas. That's coming up in a few weeks. Come back, everybody, and let's see what's going on with Post Profit. 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. And also, I just want to say, and I want really was hoping to meet the guitar player in Arge, because I wanted to tell him my new show, the Dreaming Guitarist Show, is that it's open to any guitarist who wants to come and be on it. So, will you please tell your guitar player? Well, that's about it, folks. Thank you. Keep your eyes out for links. I have some exciting shows planned, and I'm really excited. I'll be doing some announcing. If you catch us on the replay, you have been watching Rolo from Arge down in Mexico. I enjoyed having him on. Thank you for treating Rolo
All
so
right.
good. Rolo's a great guy. Thank you, everybody, and support, support Arge,
Thank you.
support the band.
Ha- yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm here for. I
Thank
enjoy
you.
what I
Thank you.
do. I
And
hope that.
before we go, Will, if you don't mind, I would like to thank you to thank so much Cel Quintero. She's been
Mm,
great support for the band. She's been
absolutely.
following all these years the band, and she's been great with us. Thank you so much, El, for making this happen. To build this connection with Will, it was amazing to be with you. So I don't want to forget to say that because Cel has been fantastic with the band and so supportive and all the initiatives working on.
Yep,
So,
a
and
big
also, Will,
job.
thank you so much for having me, having us, and for listening, and for the wonderful and amazing comments that you have just said to us. Like I said before, you just made my day. It was wonderful to hear that we have touched that part of you with our music,
My
and
pleasure.
that's really.
Well, you are more than welcome. And Raul, I hope to talk to you again and tell the rest of your band members, let your guitar player know that I have a new show just for guitarists.
Absolutely.
And I'll be doing another show May 20, Thursday, May 27th for the dream will be the next Dreaming Guitarist show. Spread the word. I'd love to have them on with me.
Yeah,
And thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
absolutely.
Oh,
I will tell them for sure.
thank you. Thank you, Rolo. And share this show out, because I'll be sharing this show out and let your
Absolutely.
fans know. Let your fans know that the music of Arge has captured the hearts of
Absolutely.
somebody in
Yeah,
California.
absolutely.
That's wonderful. And yes, a big shout out to Cell Quinteto and a big shout out to Curtain Call Promotions. Thank you guys. Thank you, Gigi, and thank you, John. But most of all, thank you, Sal.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody who took the time to watch today.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, for making this happen.
And thank you. Thank you, everybody. If you'll hold on for a second, Rolo, I will be right with you.